Hello, friends. Welcome to Squared Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today I'll be showing you how I set up my monthly goals for February in my agenda planner. So let's get planning. And I'll just be using my friction pen for most of the writing so that I can erase, as well as a couple of highlighters I pulled for the monthly theme. Okay, as you can see, I've already set up the spread with the decor for the entire month. And now I'm going to pull out my annual goals page and my quarter one goals page for reference as we start with the monthly goals. I tend to set up three major goals for each quarter that I want to achieve. I will say for quarter one, I went pretty easy on myself just because the end of the year is usually my busiest time and I want a break after all of the chaos at the end of the year. So I go easy on myself that first quarter. I pull my monthly goals directly from my quarterly goals sheet for the first three goals. And that first one is a health and fitness goal to improve my body composition. I didn't want to set super firm numbers to hit as far as weight or measurements, but I did want to give myself a goal of seeing some changes between my fat and muscle and hoping that I can make some changes for the positive to see some results there. So I first have to add a Sunday lift day to my routine. So I had planned to start up and maintain a heavy strength training plan. I haven't really been able to do that. So I'm going to try to start small with just adding one day of heavy lifting to my routine already and see how that goes. I also am going to try to up my protein a bit more. For January, I was sticking to about 70 grams as my goal, and I want to push that up to 80 for February. I also am looking to eliminate those sugary treats that I have in my diet and try to get 10 no sugar days this month. And finally, I need to be a little more mindful about getting 10,000 steps every day, monitoring the progress and making sure that if I'm not close to my goal, that I go out and take a walk or do something to help me get those 10,000 steps. So that's my first goal, my health and fitness goal. And like I said, I pulled that directly from my quarterly goals. Another one I'm going to pull here is a work goal, and it is to maintain a time-based work schedule. I didn't concentrate too hard on this in January. I just wanted to see where I was at and how much time I was spending. And there were quite a few times where I went over a 40-hour week, which was part of my goals to kind of limit how much time I was doing for work each week. However, I did have a vacation in the middle of the month, so it made it a little bit difficult to really count that month as a normal month, if you will. So this month I'm going to try again and just kind of pre-plan my time weekly and remove any unnecessary tasks that I'm seeing that are bleeding in and making me waste time. I also hope to follow a focus day schedule, planning out days where I can do batch work for either my freelance job or for YouTube or that kind of thing and stick with that. Also, I need to track those work hours a bit more and really limit myself to 8 hours a day maximum with a hard cutoff at 10 p.m. I tried to do this at 9 p.m., but there's just some days where my time gets pushed into 10. But I think 10 is a good cutoff for me to be like, no more, it can wait. And finally, to limit my work days to Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, and remove any weekend work hours that I've been doing. Okay, so the third quarterly goal that I'll be pulling in is a self-care goal, and it is to elevate my style and appearance. This is all part of my word of the year, to elevate. Last year, I started working on myself and my own beauty and health routines, making more time to really feel confident in those areas. So I am working on that still this year. Of course, it's kind of like an ongoing thing. A few items that I will do is hopefully attend a beauty appointment. I don't know why this is so hard, but I'm in a new place. I don't know where to go. So I just want to get something set and see if I can go and attend this beauty appointment. It's really difficult for me. I also want to learn a new hair or makeup technique, which I did last month, and that worked out pretty well. Research fashion and beauty trends, like 1 hour maybe every weekend, just to keep up to date. Implement new techniques and trends into my daily routine. That's a big one, just, taking what I've learned and actually implementing it. And then finally, scheduling a monthly self-care day, which is a new item that I'm adding in to try to elevate this goal a bit more. So for the last goal, I usually pull directly from my annual vision board and just look for something that I think I can achieve within the month. This month, I'm going to try a mindset goal, which will be to simplify, to reduce stress and anxiety, also known as decluttering and purging. That's one of the big things that I am thinking I will be doing. It's almost spring cleaning time. Usually that kind of starts in March, but it would be great to get a good purge done before the spring cleaning starts. So I'm thinking I'll break it down to one section or one area per week. I actually started thinking about this before filming the video and ended up already accomplishing week one's clean out of the closet and purging. I haven't donated the items yet, but I have done the closet clean out, which felt real good just to try on things, see if they fit, see if I still wanted to keep them, and got rid of them. I already did a shoe purge back in fall, so this was just mainly clothes. So I've already achieved that. For week two, I plan to attack the pantry, use up all of those items that have been sitting and not being used for a while, and or purge or donate those items. Week three will be to review my makeup and toiletries and then hopefully remove any unused or expired items. I'm not very good at keeping track of used makeup. I have some super old makeup, you guys. I just use like 1 or 2 items a day, and then I have like special occasion makeup, which I never use. So I really need to do a good purge on that. And then lotions and random things that I just don't use, I need to get rid of. And then finally for week four, I want to do a gather and destash of those planner items I think I mentioned recently in a video that I don't need or use and are just sitting around taking up space. And so we'll figure out what I'm going to do there in week four. We're going to move on to the weekly tasks now. This part of the insert is to help me grab those goals that we just set up and then work them into my weekly schedule. So I'm just going to set up each of these 4 boxes as a week, and then I'll write in the date span for the week so I can kind of figure out how the items should filter in to my weeklies. Some of the things that I've already kind of thought about too, like I said, on my monthly. So I'll put those in specifically for that mindset goal of decluttering and purging. Some of the things that I know are coming up, I also add in here too. So anything on my schedule that I know is work related that will take up time, I try to add that in as well if I know it's set in stone. For example, I put in that training on Tuesday. I know I have a team training on Tuesday for my freelance work, so I have that set up. I'm also going to add in those week-bound tasks that I had set up in that mindset goal and just decide which day I'm going to make that happen. So I'm going to set Sunday as the day to tackle each of those weeks of decluttering and purging and write those in on their respective weeks so I know that week what I'm having to tackle. Also, too, I had add a lift routine on Sunday, so I'll be adding that into all of the weeks as well. And then there's some things that I know, those focus days that I mentioned earlier, where I like to get a jump on the videos for the week. Hoping to make Monday and Tuesday my filming days, and then Wednesday and Thursday can be my freelance days. That would be a pretty good balance for me as far as workload. And then Friday can be kind of a multi-purpose day depending on what is left to do or if something comes up. Also, any self-care activities that I want to achieve as well, like those appointments or things of those sorts. So I've added those in and kind of defined at least what day I want to tackle those items. And I'm going to go ahead and fill out week 2 a bit too, since the schedule should be pretty consistent throughout the month. I'll gauge how it goes around week 2 and just see if it is the same or if I need to make some adjustments for week 3 and 4. But that should really do it for us, friends. If you have any questions on my goal setting and how I approach it, just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!